This time on Norfolk Perspectives, we're going to be talking with two of my friends about the vision of downtown, not today's vision, but what it was for a long, long time ago and how it's coming alive and what it means to you in the neighborhood. So stay tuned for some great conversation right here on Norfolk Perspectives. Welcome to Norfolk Perspectives. I'm Bob Batcher, and I've got a really special friend on the sofa, somebody who, I remember driving around downtown wondering where we're going to put mermaids, and then mermaid flags, and she worked on the 5th floor in planning, and now she is president and CEO of the Downtown Norfolk Council. Mary Miller, how you doing?
Good.
Gosh, am I allowed to call you Mary since you're president, or do I have to call you El Presidente?
No, please.
Okay, I wanted to introduce you that way because really that's what our downtown's really all about, is taking personalities and people who were really committed on a personal level to making downtown work, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, so let me revisit Mary Miller then. You spent some time at one of those schools up in D.C.
Yes.
Getting a degree in?
Architecture.
And one of those schools was what?
Catholic University.
Yeah. Okay, so how do you take a degree in architecture, a career with the city of Norfolk in planning, and now president and CEO of Downtown Norfolk Council? Connect it all for me.
Well, I went on to get my master's degree in city planning, and that's what brought me to Norfolk many, many years ago. And my career evolved over time with the city. I was doing everything from neighborhood planning to working with downtown. I mean, one of the very first projects I worked on when I came to the city was the National Register Historic application for downtown. And I did a lot of work on and off over the years for the Downtown Norfolk Council. I love downtowns. I love urban areas. So when an opportunity came open, I guess, let's see, 9, 10 years ago to go to work for the Downtown Norfolk Council, I jumped at the chance.
Okay, because there's a yin-yang when it comes to a downtown development and making it natural and organic, but at the same time having a sense of place and a sense of future?
Yes. From a planning perspective, you know, downtown has great bones. There's been a lot of great planning and work done for downtown. Great buildings, you know, a mall, lots of office space downtown, great entertainment venues. But where downtown needs to evolve now is more excitement, more energy on the street. I mean, the physical downtown is there, but we do need more energy in downtown.
So bringing it alive.
Yes.
So is that really the challenge of the Downtown Norfolk Council then, or is that going to be the challenge of private enterprise, or is it the challenge of the city?
It's a challenge of all of us. I mean, I think we all have to work together to make that happen. I don't think any one entity can make that happen. I mean, relying and working with our private businesses, working in partnership with organizations like Festivents, the Arts Festival, you know, 7 venues, that the more that we can all do together, the further we're going to get.
Now, wait a minute, I'm hearing collaboration?
Yes.
Collaboration. But I thought it was
and
about kind of
partnership.
who could get the credit.
No, absolutely not.
Cool.
I mean, you know, as far as I'm concerned, the Downtown Norfolk Council doesn't have to take the credit. Mary Miller doesn't have to take the credit for getting things done. If we succeed in, you know, in making downtown a better place, where we can get more people working in our office buildings, more people living downtown, more people participating in our, you know, going to venues downtown, eating in our restaurants, shopping in our stores, we've all then achieved our goal. Okay.
So used to having civic leagues in neighborhoods.
Right.
So what is the Downtown Norfolk Council?
So the Downtown Norfolk Council, I now work for 30 people. The Downtown Norfolk Council has a board of directors, and it started as a membership organization, and then in 1999, when it started managing the Downtown Improvement District, you know, it took on that responsibility as well. So it still is a membership organization, but then managing that Downtown Improvement District.
Okay, now, so let me roll back some more. What's the Downtown Improvement District?
What's an improvement? Well, in the state of Virginia, communities are allowed to create special services districts, which allows the property owners in downtown to agree to tax themselves an additional amount of money to get services that are above and beyond what the city provides as a baseline service. So that's everything from cleaning streets to marketing, to doing, you know, other incentive programs. We have a facade improvement grant program for downtown. We have FRED, which provides free rides every day. You know, our clean team, our public service ambassadors. And then we do, you know, obviously a lot of marketing for downtown too.
So it kind of is that added value.
Yes, yes.
Now when you say marketing, I've seen some of those commercials, I
Yes.
think, in fact.
So we do television commercials, we do print commercials, we have a pretty, I'd say, very robust website. We have a mobile website, Facebook pages, Instagram, Twitter, to really let people know about what's going on in downtown.
And you do all of this with how many employees?
We have a total of 25 employees. The bulk of those employees are our operations, so our public service ambassadors and our clean team. And then there's 8 of us on the administrative side of the house that do everything else.
Now your board comes from where?
Downtown, either membership or their improvement district ratepayers. So it's 14 from our membership that are nominated by the members, and then the others are representative of our ratepayers.
Now, are there city people on it too?
Liaisons. So
Oh,
you know, so we have representatives like Karen Scherberger and John Ramstein, and you know, Daryl Hill from the assistant, you know, as an assistant city manager. Dr. Wibley is great at always coming to our board members. So
I know she's a
very
big.
informed.
She told us all about the First Friday, and I think
Yes.
we will all be there.
Yes, you all need to be at the next First Friday.
That's right.
So.
Which is another kind of thing that you're doing. I mean, you're pulling together partnerships for doing that kind of thing, which we'll talk about later on.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So, okay, so you got this board,
Right.
and besides coming together every now and then and telling you what to do, does that happen?
Well, we meet regularly. We have a
Okay.
very engaged board. The staff works with the board in setting the work plan and budget for the year. And then this year, though, what we're also working on is a strategic plan for the organization.
Aha.
The Downtown Norfolk Council has not done a strategic plan in a while, and certainly, you know, with me in a new position with the organization, it's a great opportunity to do it. It's a way for us to really meet with our constituents and stakeholders to determine how best we allocate both our human and financial resources going forward.
As an organization.
As an organization, not for planning downtown, but
Right.
as an organization, you know, what are we doing right? What do we need to keep doing? And are there things that we're not doing right? Are there things that, you know, our stakeholders and we all agree maybe we shouldn't be doing? And the timing of this aligns actually with the renewal of the Improvement District. The Improvement District is on a 5-year contract, so it has a sunset clause. So this current district expires in June of 2014.
Okay.
So.
We're going to be rolling into a break, but before we go to the break, we do need to talk about somebody who was with the organization for 30 years,
Yes, yes,
who would have been on the sofa a year ago,
yes,
Kathy Coleman.
right.
What's she doing?
She is enjoying traveling and reading and gardening. I haven't seen her in a while. She was traveling some again this summer, so she's enjoying herself. I think you'll see her get back engaged
So
in
you're not
different
getting emails from
activities.
her?
No.
Okay. Well, I tell you what, we're going to take a break.
Okay.
And we come back. We're going to invite somebody else to join you on the
Yes.
sofa. And I kind of want to go back a little bit about some of our foundation years of the new Norfolk that we've got in downtown.
Personal foul? Inactive activities on a glorious day.
Huh?
Let's get out there and play!
Sweet.
Freeze!
When do I get to be in? Uh-oh.
Hey, Reggie, frozen people can't talk.
PLA.
An hour a day.
I'm it. There are lots of great play ideas online, but don't stay too long.
Welcome back to Norfolk Perspectives. Okay, Mary is joined on the sofa by somebody who was really instrumental in the world of music. You may not know him, or you may. Bill Reed. How's it going?
It's going well, thank you.
I had down here owner of Norva, but your resume is much wider than that, and it's only a half-hour show, so I'm not going to ask you to share your resume, but what's the highlight of your resume?
Well, I think I've been fortunate that I've been in the entertainment business ever since basically high school. And I've worked with entertainers throughout the years, and I met some really interesting people, and I was involved with the presidential inaugural. That was a real highlight. But I think the most important thing that I've enjoyed is putting together venues. And the Norva was the 7th venue that I put together. To me, is being able to be a part of the creative process is very exhilarating, and for me, it really speaks to me.
Cool. I wanted to have you join us on the show now because we were talking about the board of the Downtown Norfolk Council really kind of grappling with the strategic plan for the organization. But you really have to represent what's going on in that. How many block area?
Well, the improvement district is a 48 block area.
Yeah.
So, and there's a lot of different uses in that 48 blocks.
And a lot of different opinions of what should be going on, right?
Correct. Yes.
Okay, let me share an opinion of a developer back in, I think, the early 1980s, that there will never be another office building built downtown. In other words, downtown is done. Bill, how's that make you feel?
Well, it's interesting because I was involved in downtown in 1980 in the old Premier Theater, which is now the Roper Theater. And I helped book the Allman Brothers and Jay Giles' band Weather Report. And I would say in the 80s, when the mall was on Granby Street, it was pretty much a ghost town. And it was interesting when you walked down there, you could feel there was a real atrophy. But then again, when I walked back in 1998, 1999, you could feel something. And I think there was a cultural change. And I think we've been fortunate that we've been a part of that cultural change.
Now, Mary, as a planner, the mall. Describe the mall, because I think a lot of our viewers are thinking the mall. But this
Well,
is
the Granby Mall was when Granby Street, the majority of Granby Street was a pedestrian mall. There was no vehicular traffic on Granby Street. And, you know, there was back when Smith & Welton's, I guess Rice's predates, you know, my actually living in Norfolk. But there were a lot of retail. And then as shopping centers developed in the suburban markets, and in this area, Virginia Beach and Chesapeake, you saw a lot of those businesses moving to the suburban area. There was a lot of vacancies on Granby Street. And I guess in 1985, the mall was removed and Granby Street was reopened.
Because in the 1970s, 1980s, the mall was kind of the thing to do, kind of that.
Right.
But it didn't work here.
No,
But that doesn't mean we gave up.
Right. In most cities, it didn't work. But downtowns and in cities in general, they're evolving. You can never say anything's done. They're not done. They always have to be evolving. You always have to be adapting to change. People's interests, the demographics of, you know, of an area, people who want to live and who want to work in downtown.
Now, I can imagine what the mood must have been when somebody made that awesome announcement that the revitalization of downtown was going to start with something really exciting called a community college.
It was going to bring a lot of people downtown.
But it sure worked.
It did.
You like that these post-high school early years are here, right?
Absolutely. I think it's really changed the Granby Street because you have foot traffic and you have young people. And for us, that's really our demographic. So we really liked it. That was one of the reasons why we went ahead and bought the Norfolk. That was one of the many reasons. But it was significant.
Okay, now there's also this foundation being built across the street on Monticello about the time you bought the Norfolk, right?
Right.
Because it wasn't quite here. I mean, downtown wasn't what we know today. So here's Bill Reed. You have an opportunity of a lifetime to do whatever you want. You came to Norfolk and bought the old downtown athletic. What was it?
The Downtown Athletic Club.
And it closed by then.
It
and the building, you know.
For a couple of years.
Yeah. What was the dream?
Well, I think.
I don't want to act like a family member here, but what in the world did you have in your head?
Well, you know, and a couple of bankers said the same thing, that I was crazy. And I said, have you walked downtown? And of course, I looked across the street and the mall was being built. And if you can remember at that time, many people were doomsayers and saying people won't go to the mall, it won't work.
People were collecting plywood because they wanted to be the ones to board it up when it didn't work.
Right. But I think you had to look at it and you could see. But to me, I felt there was a real shift. And the shift was the fact that people had been in these suburban areas for a long time. And I felt they wanted and needed character. And I think the only area in this whole 7 cities that still has that character is downtown Norfolk, and specifically Granby Street. When I went around and looked at these buildings, many of the buildings were vacant. Some were open. I think Bodega's was open, and a couple other restaurants were real pioneers. Bobby Wright had developed some property there. But when you looked, I think people were yearning for that character, and that's sort of what we bet on. And I think that bet paid off because, in fact, it was true. And young people who'd gone to see movies in multiplex theaters or gone to malls and lived their teenage lives in malls, I didn't want to build a music theater in another mall or in another strip mall where you went in and it looked like everything else. And so our goal was to create that character, capture that character, so when people walked in, they felt they arrived somewhere. And our feeling was that we wanted to create a music venue that had rock and roll existed in 1917. It would have looked like the Norva.
So development, for the banker's point of view, you have a good business plan, but it really has to be a vision, too, and a dream.
And a little bit of crazy mixed in. Because everybody said, did you have any kind of study? Did you do any economic study? And I said, no. It was one of those classic cases. Hope we build it. If we build it, we hope they'll come.
Okay, and they came, and Rolling Stone magazine had a little write-up about you, right?
Yes, they did, and we were very fortunate.
And that write-up was?
That we were the...
I don't want to steal the thunder from you.
Well, it's a very humbling thing that we were the #1 venue in America. And that was really mind-blowing for us. And there are a lot of people that should take the credit. Our partners, Rick Marcel's done an incredible job booking and marketing. It's just incredible. And Scott Benton, and then everybody in our office, Jennifer and Kelly and Chris and Brittany and Will, and everybody who runs the Norva. It's really about a team effort. I know that sounds cliche, but it is, because every day we have to do it again. And we're only as good as we are today.
Wow. Okay, we're going to break on that one, but I'm going to throw you a question, and I want you to think about it during the break, whatever it might be. Pete Decker,
Yes.
Dr. Sir Siegfried.
Okay.
Remind me?
Yes.
You tell me about them when we come back.
For those dealing with the daily struggles of caring for a loved one, we hear you. That's why AARP created a community with experts and other caregivers to help us better care for ourselves and the ones we love.
Welcome back to Norfolk Perspectives. Well, Mary, I asked you about Stir Siegfried and Pete Decker.
Yes.
What do you have to say?
Pete, great supporter of downtown, wonderful visionary, very open and outspoken about his support for downtown. In our organization as well.
And I think anybody who knew Uncle Pete knew that he loved it.
Yes.
Now, Stir Siegfried.
Also a great supporter of downtown, but more behind the scenes. Store started buying properties in the mid 80s and has developed a number of buildings downtown, many with restaurants on the ground floor and condominiums or office space on the upper floors. So no, he's been great and served on our board. And
yeah, I should say Dr. Stir Siegfried,
yes,
because he was a very successful doctor. In fact,
right.
I remember in his early days with the restaurant, his beeper would go off, and he'd have to go. But we also did a remodeling show, and here he was up to dust with what's now the Bird and Baldwin restaurant,
right,
and talking about remodeling, but comparing that restaurant and residential and getting that balance together.
In a lot of downtowns, when you see downtowns starting to have a resurgence, one of the first things that you see happen is street level restaurants, and we've been very fortunate in downtown to have what I'll say owner operated, chef operated restaurants. We have a couple of chains, but for the most part they're independent, and they're great restaurants providing a variety of choices.
Well, in your situation, you decided to develop on the Monticello side, even though Granby is the iconic street, but you've got the restaurant on the... Is there a reason for that?
Well, yes. When the Downtown Athletic Club had the building, they gutted it. So we had the opportunity to start over again, and we wanted to have people enter in from the mall side, Monticello. There was parking over there.
Right.
And everybody, first thing they were concerned about, where am I going to park? And we all know there's ample parking in downtown. I mean, if there's any misconception, that's one of them. But we also wanted to have a restaurant on the Granby side. It made more sense because people would walk up and down Granby and go to restaurants. And we wanted to have the restaurant independent and separate from the Norva as well. And that's worked out.
Now, one thing I like about your restaurant, I think it gives us about the urban setting, is it's the half floor down. So it's not really the big mammoth restaurant, but the niche restaurants. And the Downtown Norfolk Council has kind of crafted that into their strategy, right? About having the basically owner run.
Well, right, because with Restaurant Week, I mean, it gives us something to really pitch that, our Restaurant Week is that we produce twice a year, has those independent operated restaurants. And they're the smaller restaurants and different. It is something different to market.
Now, we're talking food, we're talking restaurants. We got those new little restaurants on 4 wheels, food trucks.
Yes.
All the rave.
Right.
They're there.
They're there, and they're doing well at lunch. It's a new program, so I think they're still, getting maybe their feet wet, their wheels wet,
Okay.
and but it's good. It's another nice amenity for downtown.
Now, who would have thunk 3 years ago we'd have food trucks and carts back? Some of what the movement in the 70s and 80s was to counter what we had before, which was the kind of tenant type neon lights and that. How do you balance out looking toward the future and being open to anything new, and yet keep some control on it? Isn't that kind of the balancing act?
It is a balancing act. You still have to have rules and regulations, and then I think in a downtown where you have, well, I'll say, it is truly a mixed-use environment. You have residents living above where you have restaurants and retailers. You do have the venue, so it is always finding that balance. But yet, we need to be flexible to allow those new uses that people that are, some of the newer, I'll say our younger demographic that's working in downtown and living in downtown, the things that they're looking for, that they want in a work environment.
Well, guess what then? We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we're going to talk. Bill, are you ready?
I'm ready.
We're going to talk about fun
Okay.
in downtown.
All right.
How's that? Stay tuned.
Up to 40% of businesses never recover after experiencing a major disaster. Make a plan at ready.gov/business.
Welcome back to Norfolk Perspective. Okay, now we're going to be talking about fun, but if you have a council with you, you plan the fun, right?
Well,
you
have
planning
to
it?
plan a little bit of the fun, yes.
Bill, should you plan fun?
Yes, but you sort of have to let it work
Right.
organically, too.
And you found that balance, didn't you?
We try. It's a little bit of both.
Do you come into the Norva some nights and say, that's not quite what I had in mind?
Oh, you ask my staff, it's every night.
Okay, so there's some planning, and you got some really cool stuff coming up. But in that planning, I think one thing we discovered was it's better to experience during the plan. So Better Block.
Yes. So the city led an effort to do the Better Block program on Granby Street, in the 700 and 800 blocks of Granby Street. It was great. Friday night and a Saturday. Great turnout, a lot of fun, and really gave people the ability to see what the potential for that area is.
It sure beats a 9-hour charrette planning meeting
Yes.
when you get pretty pictures in a tree after.
Well, and not everybody understands pictures, so to physically see what can happen was a
Okay,
great
Mary,
resource.
I got to tell you, you guys have taken me way out of my comfort zone. I was used to seeing that white truck with the decal that said Downtown Norfolk Council with the neat logo.
Right.
Looked like a contractor truck. What in the world is this thing running around with dots all over it?
It's a fun spot. It's just a quick, crazy promotion we're doing every Thursday, and you don't know where it is unless you follow us on Facebook or Twitter, and it just pops up. It's just simply a cute pop-up event that happens from noon to 1:30 on Thursday.
Okay, now you got employee appreciation. Kind of
Right,
getting out on the street with that, aren't you?
Right. We did the first one in May, a way to just really thank our downtown workforce for being in downtown, and an opportunity for them to come out of their buildings and interact with one another and hopefully meet some new friends.
Okay, now this one's going to be a personal question. Please keep Restaurant Week on the week of July 16th, because that's my wife's birthday and I can afford to take her out to dinner.
I will remember
and
that
it
for
worked
next
for
year.
me. It was awesome.
Great.
How do they do that?
What, Restaurant Week?
Make it affordable.
Well, I mean, the restaurants realize it's an opportunity to drive new traffic to their restaurants, so they put together menus where they can offer, a 3-course meal for a set price, and it does. It has proven over the years that it is really, they've got new customers off of that promotion.
Okay, now 2 segments ago, Bill kind of got humble and made a big announcement, but I don't think it was real. Now we've got the number one. Is that what you understand?
Yes, the number one
venue?
music venue in the country is located in downtown
Would you like to
Norfolk.
announce that?
Yes, the number one music venue in the entire United States is located in downtown Norfolk.
And it is what?
The Norva.
Did you know that?
Yes, we found out a couple of weeks ago.
What does that mean to you?
It's hard to really digest. It does mean that I think all of us who put time and money and all this dedication into it sort of works. But, it's something that we think that people enjoy and we like giving back. And so as far as we're concerned, we haven't finished yet. And we still have a lot of work to do to make it even better.
So you just gave us a warning, huh?
Yeah,
we're be prepared for the future.
That's right. And it's something that we feel as though that it's a concept and it's something that we felt that was a bit different. We do things that nobody else in the country does. And so we're going to continue and sort of add more to that list.
Cool. Well, now you have something to brag about. Now I do. I got on my calendar. I got to do something downtown.
Yes, you're going to. Oh, in November. I thought you were talking about something. Grand Illumination Parade, the 29th Grand Illumination Parade is this November 23rd.
Yeah, so and I get to tell the people to stay on the curb.
Yes, stay on the curb. You do our countdown. So it's great.
Yeah, so another parade.
Right.
What the theme for the parade is going to be?
Jingle Bell. Oh, wait.
Oh, I love
this
it.
Is bad.
It is August.
It is August, and
It's
I
a
have
jungle
not.
theme.
It is a jungle theme, yes.
And if I recall,
And I was going to say, you may remember it more than I do right
I'm
now.
looking for it. I think I got
It's
my
like Jingle Bell
announcement
Jam.
behind a monkey head.
Yes, you did.
So it's a jungle theme.
It is a jungle theme. It should be a lot of fun.
So, okay, Bill, do you have any idea how they light the lights?
You know what? I have no idea, but I'm sure it's a lot more complicated than it seems.
I know. I think it's got some magical moment.
It has some magical moments.
Because Santa Claus, is he coming this year?
Yes.
Again?
Yes.
Cool Jack going to be there?
Cool Jack will be there.
Okay.
Santa Claus will be there.
Spot Truck going to be there? Or
We'll
are we
see.
beyond to new things by
We
then?
may be on to new things by then. Always
Okay,
having to change it up.
Now, between now and the parade, get warmed up because you got First Fridays.
Yes. So we worked with Bill on getting First Fridays started. We had our first one on July 5th, and they're every first Friday through October. And it's a great event on Granby Street. I mean, it's a Granby Street party. And we had a great turnout at the first one, and hopefully we'll have just as great a turnout at the other ones.
Okay, super. Guess what? We're out of time. And there's so much more to talk about.
Right?
There is.
So,
There is.
we'll have you back on to
Great.
keep talking.
Thank
Okay,
you.
we want to hear from you what you'd like to see on TV 48, but more importantly, what's going on in your neighborhood. What would you like to see going on downtown? Give us a holler at 664-6510. And as usual, it's a wonderful time to be in Norfolk just because of you and you and you. Thanks a lot.